From the Hindu Kush to the Rockies, a journey from Kabul to Colorado in community-led transformation, a memoir of resilience, advocacy, and transformation by Homayun Milad. Episode 13, The Provincial Development Planning. 2007. The 2007 Provincial Development Planning process marked a transformational moment in Afghanistan's development history, introducing a structured, participatory approach to provincial governance. This ambitious initiative was spearheaded by the ANZ Secretariat, with implementation carried out through the National Area-Based Development Program, NABDP. It set out to craft detailed development roadmaps for all 34 provinces, moving away from centralized decision-making to a model that valued local priorities, cross-sector coordination, and grassroots empowerment. The institutional framework guiding the process was deliberately designed to ensure multi-level collaboration and local engagement. At the core of provincial planning were provincial development committees, PDCs, which served as the primary coordinating bodies, integrating government stakeholders and facilitating policy alignment with national objectives. Provincial ANZ teams provided technical expertise, ensuring that the planning process remained methodologically sound. Line ministries played a crucial role, contributing specialized sectoral knowledge to enrich policy recommendations. District Development Assemblies, DDAs, ensured district-level priorities were reflected, bridging the gap between provincial governance and local realities. At the grassroots level, Community Development Councils, CDCs, acted as critical conduits for village-level input, ensuring that even the most remote communities had a voice in shaping development strategies. The planning process itself unfolded through 4 key phases, each carefully structured to maximize participation and precision. The preparatory phase focused on establishing provincial working groups, training facilitators, and building data collection mechanisms to ensure that all development efforts were anchored in local realities. The consultation phase followed, where CDC-led village assessments, DDA-driven district consultations, and sector-specific discussions brought together diverse stakeholders to identify pressing needs and opportunities for intervention. The plan development phase involved data analysis, project identification, resource mapping, and strategy formulation, translating local priorities into viable, costed development blueprints. Finally, the validation phase ensured community feedback was incorporated, technical reviews were conducted, and development plans secured formal endorsement from provincial councils and final approval from PDCs. Each provincial development plan was crafted as a comprehensive guide to the social, economic, and security dynamics of the province. These plans included a socio-economic profile, identifying both development opportunities and structural vulnerabilities unique to each region. Security analyses outlined implications for economic activity, ensuring that stability and governance priorities were fully integrated into the planning framework. Sectoral development strategies prioritized areas such as infrastructure, education, healthcare, and agriculture, linking each province's objectives to national development priorities. A meticulously designed implementation framework ensured that projects could be rolled out efficiently, with resource mapping and evaluation mechanisms embedded to promote accountability and adaptability. One of the most significant breakthroughs of the 2007 provincial development planning process was its ability to facilitate unprecedented coordination among government institutions. The MRRD leveraged its provincial structures to provide operational support, ensuring that development efforts were consistent across all provinces. The Ministry of Economy played a leading role in consolidating provincial-level recommendations, ensuring economic feasibility and sustainability. Line ministries contributed their expertise through technical working groups, making sure that every plan aligned with sector-specific best practices. At the top level, the ANZ Secretariat ensured that provincial priorities were seamlessly integrated into national development frameworks, avoiding fragmentation and duplication. This initiative was groundbreaking for its commitment to bottom-up development planning, proving that national strategies gain credibility and impact when they are rooted in localized insights and participatory decision-making. The integration of security and development considerations was another unique feature, reinforcing the notion that economic growth and stability must progress hand in hand. With strong local ownership and participation, the planning process fostered trust in government institutions, creating an inclusive environment where communities felt invested in their own progress. The impact of the provincial development planning process was immense and far-reaching. It generated 34 provincial development plans, providing a structured roadmap for each region's development priorities. Local planning capacity was dramatically strengthened, enabling provincial governments to continue using systematic planning processes beyond the initiative's timeline. Coordination mechanisms between national and provincial entities were enhanced, reinforcing multi-sector collaboration. The planning exercise improved data collection across provinces, making it possible for policymakers to better understand resource needs and constraints at the local level. However, the process was not without its challenges. Security concerns limited full implementation in certain regions, making it difficult for some provinces to carry out consultations effectively. Technical capacity at the provincial level was often uneven, requiring ongoing training and capacity-building efforts. Resource constraints remained a constant hurdle, as funding and logistical support were often stretched thin across multiple initiatives. Coordination complexities across ministries, provinces, and communities required unwavering commitment from stakeholders to ensure alignment between objectives. The availability and reliability of data varied, requiring more standardized collection mechanisms to improve future planning exercises. Despite these obstacles, the initiative yielded important lessons that continue to inform development planning in Afghanistan and beyond. It reinforced the importance of local ownership, showing that effective governance begins at the grassroots level. The need for continuous capacity building was highlighted, proving that development planning must be accompanied by technical training for local officials. The process reaffirmed the value of systematic consultation, ensuring that policies emerge from data-driven insights rather than political considerations. The experience underscored the critical role of interministerial coordination, demonstrating that development programs only succeed when government institutions work collaboratively. In the long term, the 2007 provincial development planning process set a new standard for participatory planning, institutionalizing mechanisms that continue to influence governance structures in Afghanistan today. It established lasting institutional frameworks, ensuring that provinces maintain structured planning methodologies. It strengthened the linkages between provincial and national priorities, making development more responsive to local needs. The initiative became a precedent for future development programs, proving that structured, participatory approaches create lasting impact. Looking back, the provincial development planning process of 2007 was a defining moment in Afghanistan's development journey. It moved the country toward a more responsive, localized model, proving that governance succeeds when it listens to the people it serves. The methodologies and lessons from this effort continue to shape development planning in Afghanistan and beyond, offering a blueprint for participatory governance in fragile states. We'll continue this story in the next episode, so stay tuned.